Boom! Loading. Are we live? If we're live, say hello. If you're in here as you're jumping on, please drop a comment in there. All right, boom. So that looks like we're good. All right, so I want to spend just a minute with you guys to talk a little bit about, what is mentorship, right? We hear this word all the time, especially from parents looking to have like a mentor in their child's life, or a common other I guess word or phrase that you hear a lot is putting your child around strong role models, people to play a major influence in their lives. And I think that mentor has kind of lost its meaning a little bit, because especially you see it in the sports world is we use these terms interchangeably between having a mentor and having a coach. And there's some major differences, and this is literally one of the major pillars, the foundations that Underground Performance is built off of, is providing your child to have a strong mentor. Also to be a mentor for the parents and families, right? Parents, you're under tons of stress, right? Between work and, what's going on in your kids' lives, and, just laying in bed and wondering, am I doing enough for my child? Other worries are like, can I afford college? Is my child going to college? Is my child ready for college? Are they ready to go off and be on their own and excel and achieve the things that they want in life? So let's start with that and really differentiate, the difference between having a coach and having a mentor. And for me, a mentor, it's kind of like having a tour guide, right? If you visit another country or you go to a museum or something and you seek out this tour guide to show you the areas that you desire, show you the pieces of that museum or, parts of that country that really fulfill you. And that's kind of the role that I've understood. It's more guiding you to where you want to go, right? A coach, as you come to, is like, I want to achieve X. And they're like, okay, here's the roadmap. Like, here's how you have to do it. And all of a sudden, they're literally telling you where to go. And it's like, I don't really know. Versus a mentor is, okay, you want to achieve X. This is what will fulfill you. It's like, okay, we've got this door, we've got this door, we've got this door. Which one sounds most fulfilling to you? Okay, this is what you're probably going to see behind this door. And then you allow them to go experience it for themselves, right? It's not you telling them what to experience. You may even know that may be the wrong choice at first, and you can start to guide them, maybe steer them towards a different direction. But ultimately, if they're going to go experience that, it's like, okay, you go experience it and they come back and you're like, whoa, that's not what I wanted. I'm like, okay, let's try this door or this door or this door. Versus a coach, like I said, is more telling you what route to take. And, I think that that's a major difference is, as parents and as athletes and as kids, we seek out these other training facilities or, sports psych type people, somebody to be able to rely on, to trust, to build that rapport in hopes that your child is going to grow through becoming vulnerable. Right? And the first step, even before becoming vulnerable, is to have that rapport, the ability for your child to trust me or whoever it is, with what they tell them. Because let's think about it. We don't like just vomiting emotions to anybody, right? We usually reserve those, and you should reserve those for those closest to you, for those that you build that trust with the most. So I think that's a big distinguishing difference when you're seeking out the right place for your child to grow. Because where we have it backwards is most parents, they come in and they go out and they seek, especially in the athletic world, it's like, okay, we want to perform at X level, right? And their focus is completely backwards, right? They're thinking, long term, like this is the performance, this is how we have to get there. But when you focus on performance, it usually has a downward slope. We tend to tolerate, and then coaches tend to accept, and they get lost in the shuffle. And that's why so many of these kids are experiencing anxiety. They're experiencing stress. They're experiencing depression. They're going through it, and these numbers are rising, right? This isn't on a downward slope. Versus if we stair step it the right way, if we build that trust and that rapport, we allow the kids to become vulnerable, and then ultimately we have those intimate relationships with them, right? That's the ability to connect and bond, because that's what these kids are craving. Meaningful relationships. The performance will come after the meaningful relationship. It will accelerate when the meaningful relationship, when that intimate bond is built at the top of that ladder, right? When I coach and consult with teams, that's that brotherhood, that's that sisterhood at the top of that ladder, right? Don't teams tend to perform the best when they have that bond? Don't teams tend to perform at a much higher level when they reach that level of intimacy with each other? That's what we're seeking after. And when we aim for that, that's when performance accelerates and explodes through the roof. So that's why mentorship, not coaching, right? Being a coach is like layers underneath it, but that's why mentorship is a core foundation of everything that we're built on here, right? There's 3 pillars, right? There's 3 foundations to what we call the guided achievement system, right? It's mentorship, it's mindset, and it's strength. And those 3 things, I want to spend the next few days really diving into what each one of those mean, right? Because mindset, we get lost in the shuffle of like, we got to be mentally tough, right? Like that can be the case, but that's not only the case, right? Having a strong and healthy mind is built on the foundation of, emotions, and being able to, allow those emotions to come out is, even really nutrition goes into mindset. What are you fueling your body and mind with plays a role in the life that you want to live. That's your energy levels. That's how engaged you are, right? That's because, again, right, we're aiming for meaningful relationships. And if we're irritable and ornery and we're not fueling ourselves, that plays a role in our mind. So, we can go down that rabbit hole later. And then mentorship ties into that, right? These stack on each other. Having a strong mentor is going to help build that strong and healthy mindset, right? It's going to help build that confidence. It's going to help build that self-esteem and self-love that you have for yourself to guide you to achieving to what you want as an individual, not what these coaches are handing out in their roadmaps. And lastly is strength, right? That can be physical strength, but a lot of that is built on emotional strength. A lot of that is built on inner strength, right? There's different types of strength. But if we use the training facility as a platform, as we build that physical strength, we're gonna be able to stand up for ourselves. We're gonna be able to fit in with the peer groups that align with our values and the principles and the purposes and the things that we're chasing after, right? It takes somebody with a strong mind, right? See how they interlap. And then the mentorship is just, again, it's that guided process. It's like having an academic advisor in school, right? You go into this academic advisor and you say, hey, I want to major in economics. And they're like, great. All right, it's going to take 128 hours for you to graduate with a degree in economics. Here's what, they don't choose the classes for you. They say, okay, you need 2 maths. Here's a list of the maths that you can take. Which ones would you prefer? You need some kind of art, right? That might be theater. That might be music. That might be, physical art, art history. Like, they don't choose it for you. They allow those doors like, hey, here's the different categories. Which ones best fit you? And as most of you or parents can experience when you go to college, it's like, maybe you get into a class, you're like, whoa, like this is, I'd rather take something different. So in the first week, you go back to the advisor, like, I didn't like that. Let's drop this and let's pick up this because I can excel in that. I'm going to enjoy that more. And ultimately, I'm going to get that degree of what I want. I'm going to reach that goal and that level of fulfillment of whatever it is I want, right? If they chose every class for us, chances are we would be pretty miserable, right? Like we would have to willpower through a lot of those classes. Not saying that you don't willpower through half of them anyways, but it allows you the autonomy, right? The freedom to choose which route that you want to go. And that's the role. That's the purpose of having a mentor. It's to be that guide in your life as a parent. It's to be that guide in your child's life and ultimately guiding them towards the achievement and the desires that they want. So hopefully that clears up a little bit on, what exactly a mentor is, the difference between having a mentor and having a coach within your life, within your child's life, and ultimately allowing them to get to the level of achievement that they want and they desire. So if you're watching this on live, punch in #TeamLive. If you're on the replay, #replay. Love your comments, questions, feedbacks. Like I said, if you need more clarification, pop it in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Otherwise, look forward to really building and expanding on the 3 pillars, the 3 foundations of the guided achievement system of mindset, mentorship, and strength. Love you guys. Talk with you soon.